And this doesn't sound rational, but it's the truth.
When Dr. Now drops the hammer, fans feel it, loud and clear. From savage one-liners to jaw-dropping decisions, these moments lit up living rooms. Whether it was tough love or total disbelief, viewers couldn't stay silent. These are the Dr. Now moments that had fans screaming at their screens. Larry lives a dangerous life, and every day he thanks God that he can still wake up. His obesity plus multiple health conditions means waking up isn't guaranteed. Every breath is a blessing, but also a warning. Without his caretaker, he probably wouldn't survive. He's too far gone to do it alone. Every day is a near miss, and Larry knows it. But knowing isn't the same as doing. He's still stuck in this ticking time bomb of a body.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I open my eyes up is that, God, I thank you for another day. Because it is a struggle being overweight.
This isn't life. It's barely survival. And Larry knows it. Taking a shower shouldn't feel like running a marathon. But for him, it's an Olympic feat. You can see the shame and strain just dripping off him with the water, the way his body moves, the way he breathes. It's a miserable display. And yet, somehow, he pushes through. But is barely managing really enough anymore? He's slipping fast, and it's getting harder to pretend otherwise.
He comes 7 days a week to help me wash and feed myself every day.
Do you need any help?
Not yet.
Bleach. He has to use bleach on himself because his body is so massive. That is horrifying. No one should live like that. And Larry knows it's awful. But what does he do the moment he wakes up? He eats. First thing, no hesitation. There's no break between shame and the next bite. That's how deep this addiction goes. He's treating a fatal condition with food. It's the same cycle every day, and it's killing him slow.
Politest way that I can say it. I'm very flexible, and I do what I have to do to get all the way into the tub and clean myself.
Larry prays before eating. But how do you ask God to bless the thing that's killing you? He's a gospel singer. Faith is all he has left. But food is the other God he worships, and it's winning. Still, something breaks through. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's clarity, but he finally decides to get help. And that means a trip to Dr. Now. This is his last shot to fix what's broken before it's too late.
Thank you for the food that I prepared. I ask you to nourish my body with it and bless the ones that don't have anything to eat.
Dr. Now doesn't waste time sugarcoating. He sees it immediately. Larry is at a breaking point. That means no games, no delays. The weight has to go, or Larry will. But here's the truth. No one can force him, not even Dr. Now. This has to come from Larry himself. He has to want to live more than he wants to eat, because if he doesn't make that choice now, he won't get another chance later.
Very dangerous for Larry, because at Larry's side, and with his overall lack of a blood clot can easily form in the leg.
Larry admits it. Sometimes he eats even when he's not hungry, just eats to eat. That's how bad it's gotten. And Dr. Now, he sees it clearly. This is going to be a war. So he puts Larry on a diet and starts prepping for battle. But then another bomb drops. Larry's already had surgery before. That changes everything. Dr. Now realizes he's not just fighting obesity, he's fighting history. And history, in Larry's case, is brutal.
And do some tests so we can determine if there is anything we need to address immediately. If there is, and we don't act fast, his life is going to be in jeopardy.
Larry's already had a shot at this. 20 years ago, he was nearly 940 pounds. He got surgery, dropped some weight, and somehow still ended up right back here. That's insane. That's reckless. That's not just a slip-up. That's a full-on collapse. And now he wants another surgery? Dr. Now sees right through it. This man will be one of his hardest cases. Not because the body's too big, because the mindset's too broken.
And just normal like tonsils and stuff like that.
When was his sleep then?
Like close to 15, 16 years ago.
And how much you weighed then?
Larry used to weigh almost 940 pounds and still found a way to climb back up. That's next level self-destruction. Dr. Now isn't impressed. He's worried. This isn't just a bad habit. This is someone who's completely given up control. And if Larry's done it once, what's stopping him from doing it again? That's the fear. And right now, Larry hasn't done much to prove anything different.
What was your highest weight before the surgery?
I used to weigh 940. I'm scared, doctor. I don't want to go back up to that.
If Larry wants a second shot at surgery, it starts now. And that means going to war with himself, his urges, his laziness, the lies he tells to make it all feel okay. The road ahead is long. Brutal even, but it starts with one step. Dr. Now won't clear him until he proves he can walk it. No one else can do it for him. He either stands up or sinks for good.
What happened? You had weight loss surgery, you're supposed to lose weight, but did you
I did, but I have a problem with food.
So what kind of problem do you have with food?
There's only one thing holding Larry back, his eating. Not his age, not his health, not his background, just the food. That's the one enemy left, and Dr. Now makes it clear. Forget everything else. Fix that, or stay stuck. No one's coming to save him. Not God, not family. Just Larry versus Larry. And if he loses this fight, there won't be a third round.
Of being buried, and I'm Pentecostal, and in my religion, my dad is a pastor, and in my religion, we don't believe in cremation.
It sounds simple. Lose 50 pounds in a month. For someone Larry's size, that should be easy. But Dr. Now knows better. This isn't about difficulty. It's about commitment. And Larry, he's never shown he can stick to anything. So here's the test. Stick to the diet, drop the weight, earn your second chance. Sounds easy, right? But addiction laughs at easy.
Still are overeating. So those are issues that surgery is not going to change.
Right.
9 pounds. That's all Larry lost. 9. When he was supposed to drop 50. That's not effort. That's coasting. Dr. Now isn't even surprised. Larry said he was afraid of dying, but clearly not afraid enough to stop overeating. It's the same story in a different month. If fear doesn't push him to change, what will?
8 pounds, and I needed to lose 50 pounds. So that means today I should be at 598.
Larry keeps acting like he has no choice, like the overeating is just something that happens to him, like it's out of his hands. Dr. Now isn't buying that. He calls it out for what it is, an excuse, a polished, pitiful excuse. And if Larry keeps lying to himself, he's going to die believing that lie. Because nothing changes if the truth doesn't come first.
You only lost 10 pounds. So how do you think you did?
Not good, doctor.
All right, be more specific.
Not good with the weight.
He keeps saying he's desperate, but he's still eating like he's not. Desperation means action, not empty words. Dr. Now gives him one last shot. Drop 50 pounds in 1 month or this journey ends. That's it. No negotiations, no second opinions. This is the final push. And if Larry messes it up, there's no one else to blame but him.
You know, Larry, I can tell that you're pretty smart, okay? But being a smart and being a self-destructive is a bad combination.
Right.
This time, Larry does a little better. He drops more weight, but is it enough? Probably not. Dr. Now isn't looking for baby steps. He wants proof that Larry can go the distance. And right now, this progress, it's shaky. Encouraging, sure, but not convincing. Not yet.
So if everything goes according to plan, I'll be at 519. I'm not sure if I made that exactly, but I know it's close.
Here's the problem. Larry isn't fully on board. Dr. Now knows it. The weight loss is slow because the commitment is weak. Larry's not sticking to the diet the way he should. He's still playing both sides. And Dr. Now has no patience for that. If Larry doesn't change his eating for good, there's no future here. Just another cycle of failure. And Dr. Now's not going to waste time watching him circle the drain.
37 pounds over 3 months, which is 12 to 13 pounds a month.
Larry somehow lost even less weight this month. And now he has to call Dr. Now and say it out loud. He didn't meet the goal. Again. No more hiding behind numbers. No more almost. Just failure, raw and loud. Dr. Now's reaction, brutal honesty, no sugar, no soft landing. He's tired of the nonsense.
At my last weigh-in, I was 602. So if I did that, I would be down to 4-something today.
This is it. Larry's last chance. No more warnings. No more safety nets. He either makes it happen now or walks away a failure for good. Dr. Now knows it. Larry knows it. Everybody knows it. So what's it gonna be? Another excuse? Or finally, some real change?
That's not good. If you eat appropriately, you should be able to lose 40 pounds in 1 month.
And just like that, Larry pulls it off. He loses more than 40 pounds in a single month. That's the biggest shift we've seen from him so far. It's not everything Dr. Now wants, but it's a real win. And for once, Larry isn't spiraling. He's pushing. He's proving. Finally.
Dr. Now wanted me to lose 120 pounds in 3 months. So if I did that, I would be down to 466 today.
Larry's story shows just how much you can get done if you're determined, self-aware, and relentless. He got provisional approval for surgery, not because he begged, but because he earned it. He stopped lying, stopped running, and started working. The battle isn't over, but now at least, Larry's back in the fight.
You are able to lose 55 pounds over the next 3 months. Then I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery.
Jonathan's life is unraveling at full speed, and he can feel it in every aching bone. The only reason he's not completely bedridden is because he's clinging to what little pride he has left. But pride doesn't stop him from eating like there's no tomorrow. His joints are on fire, his spirit is crushed, and yet, he still picks up that fork. He feeds himself into oblivion because the fullness quiets the panic. Pride hasn't saved him. It's only delayed the inevitable. And deep down, even he knows it's not strength. It's denial disguised as dignity.
Excruciating. My hips and my knees, my legs hurt the most. I think a lot of it has to do with my lymphedema, but I know.
Jonathan eats like he's trying to drown the past. Each meal is a banquet meant for 3, and he demolishes it like he's starving. But he's not starving, he's haunted. Haunted by a childhood riddled with pain, neglect, and emotional starvation. He says the trauma made him this way. Maybe it did, but now that history is his excuse, and the plate is his therapist. It's comfort, it's control, but it's also poison. And the more he consumes, the more he disappears. Because right now, food is doing what the world never did, making him feel full, even if it's killing him.
Excited, to get some food, something to eat.
All right, got a little bit of time left on the biscuit. You don't want gravy?
No.
Okay. We can start on the eggs.
I feel like
At long last, Jonathan reaches for help. He calls doctor, now, schedules the appointment, and walks through those clinic doors like a man on trial. And when he steps on the scale, it doesn't lie, 641 pounds. That number punches him in the face with all the weight of his bad decisions. You can see the fear in his eyes, the shame, the regret. It's the first time he's seen the damage in cold, brutal numbers. This isn't just obesity, it's self-destruction carved into his flesh. And Dr. Now knows, Jonathan doesn't need pity, he needs a wake-up call.
we were so much out of food that we'd have like popcorn for dinner. And my mom would always say, you need to make sure you eat everything because she didn't want me to be hungry later on.
Dr. Now doesn't waste time with fluff. He goes straight for the jugular. Jonathan's wife is a trained nurse, someone who literally saves lives for a living. So why hasn't she been able to save his? If he's been ignoring her, how can he expect anyone else to get through? That question lands like a sledgehammer, because it's not about knowledge, it's about will. And if Jonathan hasn't even listened to the one person who sees his suffering daily, then maybe he doesn't want to be saved. That silence in the room, that's the sound of truth breaking through.
I think I'm at least in the lower 600s, and I hope I'm not much more than, but I'm...
Your weight is 41.
Okay.
We're going to room 5.
All right.
Now comes the test, not of endurance, but of honesty. Dr. Now tells Jonathan to lose 50 to 60 pounds in 2 months. No magic, no surgery, just sweat, sacrifice, and discipline. If he really wants to change, now's the time to prove it. But words don't matter here. What matters is what the scale says at the next appointment. And if he fails, that's it. Game over. Because this isn't about trimming fat. It's about saving a man from himself. And Dr. Now isn't here to beg. He's here to see if Jonathan is finally ready to fight back.
All day.
Right now, I basically just kind of sit there and look at the 4 walls. I snack a lot.
Snack?
Yeah, I probably snack a lot.
Do you tell him to eat less or what?
Jonathan doesn't just hit the target, he demolishes it. He returns to Dr. Now's office having lost more weight than anyone expected, including the man himself. For the first time, Jonathan's results speak louder than his words. There's no excuse, no delay, no begging, just pure, undeniable progress. Dr. Now doesn't hesitate. The door to surgery swings wide open, and in that moment, Jonathan doesn't just earn approval, he earns redemption. This is no longer a dream, it's real. His transformation officially begins now. The question is, can he carry this momentum into a brand new life?
641 at my first appointment 2 months ago.
You can step on the scale whenever you're ready.
And if I lost 80 pounds, that means I would be down to 561 today.
Please go to room 5.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Paul is drowning in misery. He's sick of being the sideshow, the spectacle, the man people whisper about in grocery stores. All he wants is to feel human again, to blend into a crowd and not be gawked at like a mutant. But that's impossible with the way he devours food. His body tells the story. Bloated gut, labored breathing, eyes dulled by shame. He talks about food the way addicts talk about drugs. It's not hunger anymore, it's obsession. And worst of all, even knowing it's killing him, he still begs for the next bite.
Lymphedema on both of my legs, which means my legs are permanently swollen. The second I'm up, I'm already in pain. And anytime I walk more than 10 feet, I can't even catch my breath.
The nightmare doesn't end with Paul. It starts with his mother. The woman who raised him is still feeding him like he's a child, shoveling comfort onto his plate in the form of grease and carbs. She claims it's love, but it's a betrayal dressed in casseroles and fried chicken. This isn't care, it's a slow execution, and Paul knows it now. After a lifetime of being trapped in this toxic ritual, he's decided to break free. His first step, that long overdue trip to Houston to face the man who doesn't sugarcoat a damn thing, Dr. Nazaradan.
From as far back as I can remember, I've always been big. My dad was 400 pounds. And my mom was overweight too. So we all were big. And I think that was partly because my mom was such a good cook.
Dr. Now wastes no time. Paul says he's ready, says he wants to change. But words are wind, and Dr. Now's heard enough talk to last a lifetime. If Paul wants in, he has to move to Houston. Not visit, move. Leave his comfort zone, his food supplier, his enabler. But Paul flinches. He's terrified, not of the scale, but of separation. Because behind that 750-pound body is a scared man clinging to the poison that built his cage. And fear? It's louder than any promise he can make. Eventually, Paul shows up in Houston, but the hard part hasn't even started.
Yes, sir.
You said you were about 750 pounds. So how tall are you?
6'6".
So you have a BMI of 87. Paula, how far you can walk?
Dr. Now gives him a target, 60 pounds. Lose it or forget surgery. Paul walks in like he's done something major, chest puffed, expecting praise. But the scale doesn't lie. Instead of losing weight, he's gained 7 more pounds. It's a slap in the face to everyone rooting for him. Dr. Now doesn't yell. He doesn't need to. The disappointment in his eyes is louder than any explosion. Paul failed, spectacularly, and now the clock is ticking louder than ever.
Conversations first about moving.
Conversation with who?
My family and my girlfriend.
Well, it is not easy to transplant your life down to here and put things on hold.
7 pounds up instead of 60 down. That's not a slip. That's a red flag waving violently in Dr. Now's face. Paul's now 750 pounds, walking proof that delusion can be deadly. And Dr. Now, he's furious. This isn't a man trying to survive. This is a man still gorging like tomorrow doesn't exist. It's infuriating. Dr. Now's patience has a limit, and Paul is towing the line. At this size, Paul's not just at risk, he's a heartbeat away from collapse. And all for what? Another meal? Another excuse?
I'm at Dr. Now's for my first in-person appointment with him, and I'm about to get my weight.
Go ahead and step on the scale.
I was 744 about 4 months ago.
Then the truth comes out. Paul's mother used to be just like him. She battled obesity herself. She knows exactly how the spiral starts and how hard it is to stop. And yet, she's still enabling him. The same woman who climbed out of the pit is now digging it deeper for her son. It's not just sad, it's twisted. You'd think surviving the war would make her wiser. Instead, she's still serving ammo to a man who's already lost the battle. This house doesn't need a diet, it needs a reckoning.
You weren't kidding about your weight. You're over 750, and that's a lot. But thankfully, you're still mobile. But no one that way is getting food without some help. So, who you got with you?
She promises change. Again. She says she'll cook healthier, shop smarter, do better, but it's deja vu. Dr. Now's not buying the song and dance. He's seen it too many times. Talk is cheap, results are currency, so he gives them 2 months. That's it. Show the weight loss or walk away from the program. The ultimatum hits hard. It's not just a deadline, it's a lifeline. But the question looms, can Paul and his mother finally snap the cycle? Or will this just be another empty vow swallowed up by comfort food?
Doing that for yourself, but you're not doing that for Paul. Why?
Paul, he was on the road a lot, so he wasn't always home.
Then when he was home, I tried to make him happy, fix what he wanted to eat.
2 months later, the results are mixed. Paul didn't fail, but he didn't conquer either. He lost some weight, not all, but enough to raise an eyebrow. Dr. Now's face doesn't reveal much. Progress is progress, sure, but Paul's past failures still linger like a bad smell. 1 step forward could still be a setup for a dozen steps back, and in this game, there are no half points. The next decision will be brutal, and only one thing matters: what the numbers say. No tears, no promises, just hard, unflinching math.
It was 100 pounds by today. So that means my weight has to be down to 657 if I made it to my goal to qualify for Dr. Now's program. So that's what I'm really hoping to see on the scale right now.
Paul starts making moves, but not enough. His meals shrink, but his mindset hasn't shifted. He's trimming around the edges of his problem when he needs to burn the whole thing down. Dr. Now sees right through him. A few salads and skipped sodas mean nothing if the addiction is still pulling strings. So Dr. Now pulls the plug, temporarily. Paul's sent back home. Come back when you're serious, not scared, not half in. The surgery isn't a gift, it's a reward, and Paul hasn't earned it, not yet.
So that's positive, but still, it's a lot less than you should have lost.
I know.
So right now, instead of losing at least 33 pounds a month, you only lost 20.
Then something changes. Paul finally stops bluffing. No more weak starts. No more excuses. He digs deep and fights like he actually wants to live. Drops over 100 pounds. No pity, no coddling, just raw effort. Dr. Now sees it. For the first time, Paul isn't just saying the right things, he's doing them. The scale proves it. This is the Paul everyone's been hoping to see. The one buried under decades of shame and denial. And And now, after all the mess and setbacks, he's finally cleared for surgery. The climb has begun.
2 months, I made it down to 60. Doctor now gave me another weight loss goal to lose 50 pounds by that day. So if I made it, I'll be down to 6